Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a top 5 underrated games part 2. I did a part 1 and you guys liked that, so thank you for the support. If you haven't seen it yet, I will leave it in the description. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. The first game on this list is actually 2 games, so I cheated a bit. My bad, I know. It's the beginning and I already cheated. But the first game is Ni No Kuni 1 and Ni No Kuni 2. Ni No Kuni 1 and 2 have to be one of the most underrated RPGs on the Switch in recent years. Despite their critical acclaim and high quality gameplay, these games fall into what I like to call bad marketing. So while they have been positively reviewed by critics and gamers alike, they're not really known to a broader audience. So Ni No Kuni 1 and 2 are animated like Ghibli style type of animation, which is very beautiful, and they also offer captivating gameplay and the stories are emotionally compelling. Basically, if you like Studio Ghibli films, and I know a lot of you do, then you're gonna love Ni No Kuni 1 and 2. And as a person who's played a lot of RPGs, Ni No Kuni 1 and 2 really stand out to me. And plus, it's developed by Level 5, so if you want to support Level 5, hit up Ni No Kuni 1 and 2. They're always on sale. Like, I saw Ni No Kuni 2 for the Switch, like the whole definitive edition, for less than $20. That is crazy because I paid $60 for mine, which hurts, but the games are always on sale, so pick it up if you feel like you like it. Now the next game I'm going to mention is a game that I didn't think was an underrated RPG, but since my last video and the video before, a lot of people have mentioned it and said, why didn't you put this game? To me, the game didn't feel like an underrated RPG, but I understand that maybe I'm into a lot of crowds that like the game, so I've seen it, but not a lot of people in the wider audience, so I'm gonna put it on this list. So the game is Astral Chain. So Astral Chain is a new IP for the Nintendo Switch. It was developed by Platinum Games, so it's really known for its action-oriented gameplay. The player controls both the character and their little pet legion simultaneously. Which, by the way, they did the same thing in Bayonetta Origins. So that's probably where they got the idea from, now that I think about it. So when I played Astral Chain, I really loved it and enjoyed the Platinum style gameplay. The story was kind of meh, but overall it was a really good game. And again, I was really surprised when people were like, why didn't you put Astral Chain in the last underrated? I'm like, I don't feel like it's underrated, but I understand compared to other big titles like Bayonetta, also made by Platinum Games, it could feel like it's getting shoved under the rug a lot. Now, I really think they should put this on different platforms, maybe. That would help. But y'all know how people are with the first party games. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Everybody has a Switch at this point. If you haven't checked it out, please play Astral Chain. It is off the chain. Now I know the next game on this list is very underrated. I hardly hear anyone talk about it. The video I did about it did very poorly, and it came out during February, I believe, where a lot of different games were coming out at the same time. So I know this one is one that a lot of people missed. That is Harvestella. So do you remember that farming sim RPG Square Enix made? Probably not, and a lot of people probably don't, because this game highlights a lot of Square Enix games, and that is poor marketing or advertising. Now, I'm not a marketer or an expert in that field, but even I can see that was bad marketing, and I'm no expert. So, it got swept under the rug so bad. But the thing is, Harvestella is a really good game, and one that a lot of people should not sleep on. Harvestella is an RPG that revolves around farming, much akin to Rune Factory. Much like its counterpart, farming is used as a way to progress further in the game, whether it's to buy new weapons or armor, or to cook meals for your adventures. Combat in this game is a traditional action RPG, where your character has free reign to move around and attack, though dodging is really kind of clunky. The game has a job system, and there are 12 jobs in total, each having their own skills and weapons. Now, as far as the story goes for this game, it's your traditional 4 crystals of the elements. You have water, fire, earth. What was the other one? Wind, I think? These 4 crystals ensure that there is a stable change between the seasons. And all was good until the Fire Nation attacked. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say that. So you, as the amnesiac protagonist, I hate that trope, but it's whatever, have to figure out what happened, where'd you come from, what time did you come from, how to farm, all that good stuff. Overall, the game is really good and really fun. If you want to hear more about the story and stuff, feel free to check out the video I made on it. Now the next game is a surprise, another Square Enix game. And that is for Dragon Quest Treasures. So Dragon Quest Treasures is a good example of, even though it has a big selling name on it, Dragon Quest, that doesn't mean it's gonna sell if nobody knows it exists. Exactly. It all goes down to marketing, basically. Dragon Quest Treasures is a spin-off from the Dragon Quest series, more specifically Dragon Quest XI. It features your favorite blue-haired hedgehog, Sonic. No, I'm just playing. It features your favorite blue-haired protagonist, thief, Eric. If you play Dragon Quest XI, you know Eric. He's the first in your party. He's the bro. In the game, they went a little bit into his backstory, how he used to be a thief and stealing treasure. So Dragon Quest Treasures is about his past stealing treasure. So this game is a prequel, sort of say. But it's its own self-contained experience. So you can pick it up and play even though you haven't played Dragon Quest XI. So like the name and the title, Treasures, this game revolves around finding a lot of treasure in this mysterious new islands that Eric and his sister Mia find themselves in. You can play as Eric or Mia to complete different challenges. Combat is pretty simple and straightforward, a little bland in my opinion at some points, but it's still fun. And there's also a home base that you guys have built, and all the treasure that you accumulate in your adventures goes back to the home base. You can look at them, you can see how pretty they are, and that's pretty much the gameplay loop. It could get kind of tedious and redundant, but it's overall a fun time. And I know a lot of people who just like playing Dragon Quest spin-off games like me. I don't know, Dragon Quest games don't really do it for me, but Dragon Quest spin-off games do it for me. It's weird. Now the next game is Melatonin. Don't let that name deceive you because it's very action-packed and engaging. You're not gonna fall asleep. It's just a very chill, cozy rhythm game. So Melatonin is an indie rhythm game much akin to Rhythm Haven. This game is the debut of indie studio Half Asleep Games. This pastel, cozy rhythm game takes you into the main character's dreams, whom seems to be having sleep issues every night. And each of the dreams puts you in many different scenarios like food, shopping, and even lifting. And with the ending of each night, you have a mashup of the different scenarios. Every level comes with practice mode so you could get a grip of the gameplay. It might take a bit to get into the swing of things, but once you get into it, it is very fun. The music in this game is pretty catchy, but it offers really good music. I mean, if a rhythm game doesn't have good music, then it's dead on the water. So even though it's not licensed music, it's still really good. And even though it has a very calming atmosphere, it can get pretty challenging at times. So I highly recommend Melatonin for a nice, chill rhythm adventure. These are the list of games that I feel are underrated and get overlooked. If you have some games you want to recommend to me that are underrated, please tell me in the comments down below. If you like this video, hit that like button. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and as always, play a good game. Peace, peace.